What's up, Brotherhood channel? Good to see you guys again. Hope you guys have been having or had or have a good day, depending on whatever time you're watching this. So this week's topic is labels, and more specifically than that, the labels of your partner and whether that affects you or has ever affected me or bothered me, and how to kind of navigate and go about that, because that is an issue sometimes that comes up, especially when you're dealing with pre and post transition and a whole bunch of other stuff. So first of all, I do want to just most importantly let you guys know where my perspective is coming from. So labels for me in my relationships, I've been in 2 relationships, they've never been a problem. So for example, my first relationship, I wasn't out as trans yet. I didn't even know I was trans, really. I was still like really in the early stages of figuring all that out, and I dated a girl and she identified as pansexual at the time, and I think I was actually her first not cis male partner. Well, I think I might have been her first like partner that was considered like a girlfriend. So it really wasn't an issue though, because I wasn't out or anything. Later on, as I got older, and I transitioned, I dated a guy, a gay male, and I identified as a male. So that again wasn't an issue because he was gay, dating a guy. The label actually was really, really validating towards my identity, to be completely honest. Like, it was really nice to be accepted by, like, a gay man as a potential partner, like, despite not being a cis male. Like, it was really, really validating. So, in that sense, it actually turned out to be a good thing. But I know a lot of times people talk about the opposite thing, where so maybe for some reason a trans man is in a relationship with either a female, a cis female, or someone who identifies as female but identifies as a lesbian, or a trans man is in a relationship with a man who identifies as straight, or a trans woman is in a relationship with a man who identifies as gay, or a trans woman is in a relationship with a woman who identifies as straight. And these can happen for so many different reasons. One of the most common reasons being that someone's in a relationship before they transition, and then they transition, and now it's kind of like throwing up in the air all these labels and stuff, because it's like, now, what am I? What is my partner? You know, if my partner, from experience of a trans male, if my, let's just use me as an example, even though I've never been in this situation. If my partner was a guy who I dated before I transitioned, and then we were in a relationship throughout my transition, he was never been with a guy, never was interested in guys, identified as straight, and then I transitioned, but he still wants to be with me, does that automatically mean he's now gay or bisexual? And it's tricky. It can be confusing and complicated, and I think the reason why is because labels are too much. We put too much. What's it called? Just too much worth on labels, I guess, is the best way I can describe it. So labels are, I think, first of all, I think it's individuals decide their own labels. So yeah, a straight man can be in a relationship with a man, I believe, but the relationship would be a homosexual relationship. And again, these are all personal opinions. This is how I've rationalized things and figured things out in my mind that makes the most sense. People are free to disagree. People are free to agree. Like, this is just my opinions. I'm not saying like this is the way things are and they have to be. I'm saying this is the way I see it. So I see your personal sexual preference, sexual orientation. That's up to you. That's can be whatever it is. And then your relationship, the what kind of relationship it is, that's based on you and your partner, how you guys agree on your relationship and the title of it. And in that case, I think in most instances, male partner or female, like whatever, a partner should be able to meet you halfway in saying that, yeah, I identify one way, but our relationship might transcend that and might be this kind of relationship. And that's okay, because there's different kinds of attractions, different levels of attraction, and it doesn't all have to be just sexual, it doesn't all have to be just aesthetic, it doesn't have to, like, there's emotional, and sometimes you may have gotten to get past certain levels that you may have never even been able to explore with this person because of your transition. Like, they may have never ended up with you because if it hadn't been that way, because they just never would have even considered you an option. But hey, it happened. And now you're transitioning and they still love you, and sometimes there's just different ways that people get together and find each other, and that, like, no label can ever sum up every situation, and I have very vast concepts in my head that I try to explain, and sometimes it doesn't come out right, but I hope that made some kind of sense. But I just don't want to keep going on and on about the same thing, because I tend to do that and try to say the same thing over and over again in different ways. But basically all I'm trying to say is, like, individually we can label ourselves whatever we want to label ourselves. And other people are going to label us too. The people who matter are going to listen to ourselves, to us. The people who matter in our lives are going to listen to us and listen to what we say, and take that into consideration when they label us. And the more they matter, the more they'll take into consideration how we label ourselves. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I do believe a straight man can be in a gay relationship in certain circumstances. I believe a straight girl can be in a lesbian relationship. I believe a gay man can be in a straight relationship. The identity of the person doesn't define the identity of the relationship, and the identity of the relationship doesn't define the identity of the person, basically. So that's how I feel about it. That's how I've come to kind of explain it all in my own head, and other people can either go with it or come up with their own opinions. So yeah, hope that helps a little bit, though. Most part, don't stress it. Just enjoy the time with your loved one, because that's, like, the most amazing thing. Like, yeah, that's the most important and amazing thing. So yeah, don't stress the labels. Now I've got a final tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to edit this, get it up, maybe get some sleep, because it's like 7 a.m. right now. This will probably go up later tonight. Alright guys, but that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you got something out of it, some kind of something, maybe, hopefully. But other than that, stay strong, stay safe, stay you. I love you all. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.